Hello, this is Arnab Naskar and I am the co-founder of STOKR. We are at CES this year for 2020 and it's a very fascinating event. Fabrice, thank you for coming here.
Yes, thank you. I'm very pleased to be here.
So Fabrice, what brought you at CES 2020?
Yeah, look, I'm the Chief Commercial Officer of LuxFactory, and LuxFactory is organizing the Luxembourg Pavilion where you are hosted. Generally speaking, I'm also very interested by all the technology, so for me it's the place to be, I would say.
That's great, and also you're the expert of the space industry at STOKR. That's another cap of yours, right?
Yes, exactly. As the expert on the space industry, I'm always also interested to see what is hot in the space tech. And this year at CES, even if it's not an event specifically dedicated to space, there are some interesting stuff like the urban air mobility, the 5G and the new constellations projects, etc. So I think that's very interesting to see what's happening here, because generally all the trends are done at CES.
And this year we have seen regarding the 5G, there are a lot of innovations that happened, and the space industry also is following up. Do you see, Fabrice, any connections between the 5G and space sector?
I think 5G is going to be an enabler for the massive IoT deployments and also for any critical mission operations. So in that respect, I think the rise of mega constellations like Starlinks, like OneWeb, is really going into that direction. That today, and what we see at CES is that everywhere you need connectivity, and so 5G is really one of the enablers that will provide this ubiquitous connectivity. It is expected that 20 million of handheld devices with 5G capability will be sold in the US next year. So I think it's going to be fast, in my opinion, and also probably in a couple of years we will see that all the planet has really access to internet and has ubiquitous, let's say, connectivity. So that's awesome, because today there are about 4 billion of people that have access to internet. So in a couple of years we might see 7 or 8 billion of people that have access to internet. Yeah.
Perfect, and I think the Luxembourg as a country has taken a very, very high role in the space initiative in Europe. Can you share some insights about what is going on in Luxembourg in this new decade, actually, regarding space?
Yeah, sure. Actually, what's happening in Luxembourg is that of course, Luxembourg has always been very active in space with SES, which is the largest satellite operator worldwide. But since a couple of years, Luxembourg is welcoming all the champions of the new space industry. There are 3 sectors specifically in Luxembourg: everything which is linked to satellite operations, everything which is about deeper space exploration, and all what is called the downstream application. So using satellite data in order to solve Earth problems. And Luxembourg really has very well-known companies now, and so that's great. What will be the future, I think, is trying to have really an ecosystem with not only the entrepreneurs but also financing, and in that respect I think the initiative of STOKR is really good, because it provides really a nice financing possibility for space entrepreneurs too.
So now we have started actually a new decade. We're in 2020, almost in the first week. What do you see the decade is going, and what we can expect in coming days?
Yeah, so in the space industry you mean, huh? Yes. Yeah, so in the space industry I think we will see the materialization of all these mega constellations. So this will be great. So again, for Earth observation, for navigation, because accurate navigation is required for all the autonomous vehicles and for the connectivity. So I think this is a clear path of the space industry. The other major, I think, milestone will be probably that the humans will go back to the moon. NASA already confirmed and ESA too, some astronauts to go back to the moon. So probably we will see this also in this decade. And I think all the in-space manufacturing. So more and more there will be projects to directly manufacture into space. And I think this will be also materialized in this decade.
Thank you, Fabrice, for joining us. It has been really wonderful last 3 days, and looking forward to the next CES maybe.
Yes, thanks a lot. I think it was a real pleasure to be with you here, and I wish you a lot of success with the follow-up of all your contacts that you had during CES.
Thank you.
So, take care.
Thank you.